Hello, and welcome back as we get ready to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, get the girl of our dreams, and become King of England in Darkest Dungeon. That's right, we picked ourselves up a fool. Old Pocket is on the team, a man of truly infinite jest, most excellent fancy, and some diabolical next-level Xanatos gambitry that will blow your freaking mind, man. That novel is real good. Christopher Moore is top shelf. So, he's the new clown in town. I'm sorry, Yorick, that's it. 1,000 times you have borne me on your back, but I don't care. I'm casting you aside like Miley Cyrus taking off her wig and tossing aside her Hannah Montana good girl image. Or like Hamlet himself did when he chucked your skull back into that hole that he dug you out of. There's a new hotness in town, Yorick, and Fool be his name. Is it really appropriate to compare Yorick to the Fool? I mean, you know, I'm talking clowns versus fools there. The Christopher Moore part, though, I don't forget. Fool is, it's brilliant. Fool is to the novel what Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead is to the play. Christopher Moore did in Fool what Tom Stoppard did. I mean, same kind of thing. They took old Willie Shakes, picked him up, dusted him off, pulled him out of the recycling bin, and made something genius. The Yorick thing, though, that's just me trying to drop another Shakespeare. I mean, I'm just trying to wedge another Shakespeare reference in there. Because Yorick, when Hamlet called Yorick a fool, or rather called him a clown, not a fool, didn't really kind of mean the same thing to Elizabethans. To Elizabethans, when you called somebody a clown, it meant more like calling... A clown wasn't like puts on grease paint and capers about for the horror of children. A clown was like somebody who wasn't really well-versed in the manners and customs of the gentry or the aristocracy. Basically, to Elizabethans, you called somebody a clown, you're basically calling him like a country bumpkin. Be like, oh, that guy's, he's a hayseed, he's a hick, he's a clown. Essentially, to Hamlet, Yorick was like the Elizabethan Larry the Cable Guy. That's what I'm getting at. What else are we getting at? We need to be getting at a mission, so let's take a look and see what's going on. We're definitely taking Pocket into the dungeon. I mean, that's a thing that's going to happen. I think it's time for us to take Sycorax and Gloucester in as well. We just need to find somebody else who can fill out that roster. And you know what? I'm not sending Lear in without his fool. I'm just not. Is this the world's greatest party? Definitely not. It's actually kind of the world's crappiest party. But that's why we're basically looking for a short mission. I just want to get these guys up to rank 1 so we can start doing a little more mixing and matching. We want a short mission if we can get it. Ideally, we'd get one in the ruins. There is a short mission in the ruins. Portraits we need. I don't like that trinket, though. Okay, here we go. Short mission. That's good. In the ruins. Also good. Diseased herb. Very good. Oh, wait. That's disease resistance, not blight chance. We don't give a shit about the diseased herb. Still, ruins, short mission, deeds, 3,000 gold. We could go Warrens. Short mission, deeds, 3,000 golds, and that gives us a highwayman buckle, which actually is not terrible. I don't want busts, though. No, Cove, I'm sorry, no bust for you. Let's do, you know what, let's go down into the Warrens. Let's go say hello to old Warren Beatty, and he'll put on a yellow overcoat and a hat and, like, whisper at the camera a little bit, and then we'll have to watch shitty Dick Tracy version. Like, the crappiest Dick Tracy was, so bad. Madonna was in that movie. Come on, man, come on. Is this the lineup we want to go with? It's really not good, but I think on a short mission we can probably make this work. We'll just take a lot of food. And one thing we are going to need to do, though, we got to make sure everybody has the right skills. So Gloucester, Crush, all right, I like it. Bellow, not really a huge fan. Defender, Guard Ally, Buff Selfish. Defender's actually pretty good. I want Rampart for certain, and I definitely want Retribution. So we go Crush, Retribution, Rampart, and I think... let's go with Defender. We'll just get the ally guarding. Sycorax, you need probably every skill. You definitely want Nervous Stab. We definitely want Festering Vapors. Get Down is not bad, but I would actually rather have the Protect Me ability, which we have, and then we're going to need Fortifying Vapors because your 1-point heal is literally all we got. Invigorating Vapors is just trash, so we're not even going to worry about that. Pocket, what skills you rocking up here? Rocking the Pocket. We're going to have you in the back. Well, we definitely want Solo and Finale, so let's pick that up. Slice Off, Battle Ballad. I think we'll go with our, you know what? We'll go with our standard Jester build here. We are going into the Warrens, and there are things we could use for bleeds. Can you throw that from position 4? No. It's just Battle Ballad and Inspiring Tune from position 4, unless we want to have you rock back and forth with Soloing. Although we could just Dirk Stab. We could Dirk Stab into a Harvest, we just can't get all of those skills to work at the same time. Slice Off is also really good. I like the ability. It's solid, does reasonable damage, it's a good bleed. Jester's they got utility, man. You can do almost anything with a Jester. Maybe instead of Lear and his Fool... You know what? We could take Malvolio instead of... No, Malvolio... Never mind. I was going to say we could take Malvolio, but he's actually in for treatment, because treatments are free this week. So you know what? We are taking Lear. And Lear, I think you already have all the appropriate skills, right? You... No, we don't really want Purge. Intimidate. Solemnity is the self-heal. We could take you in with a self-heal. I don't hate that idea. Yeah, let's do that. The self-heal is useful in general, so let's just take Solemnity. There we go. And we will have you equip that since we otherwise don't have an abundance of healing. It's just, I like my skills to be in order from left to right. I don't know what it is about that. It's just, it feels better. Is it so wrong to want things to just be well organized? Why are you hating on me for trying to be organized? So I want Crush, I want Rampart, I want Retribution. Oh wait, I want Defender and Retribution. There we go. Psychorax, we're gonna completely revamp you, I think. Nervous Stab is cool. Festering Vapors is cool. We want Fortifying Heal and Protect Me. And then Pocket. We're going simple with you, bro. It's going to be... oh, we can only finale once per battle? Wow, that's... I don't know if I really like that change. We can only solo twice per battle. Hopefully they just made those two better. Our goal is gonna be just start things off with a finale and a solo, then deep back to the back and go just battle. Then we're there for just buffs and heals. I really don't like the fact that you can only do it once per battle, though. That's a significant nerf to the Jester. A class that I'm not necessarily sure needed nerfed. Finale and the solo finale combo was really, really strong, but just because a thing is really, really strong doesn't necessarily mean it's... A thing should be allowed to be good in games. I hate it when games try and take away things that are good. Something that isn't overpowered but is useful, just, you know, let it hang around. Pavonis Interactive, I'm looking in your direction, by the way, when I mention these things. You know, it's okay. Players should be allowed to have some things that are good. Just because something is good and people use it doesn't mean it's too good and broken. You know, some of that stuff you can just leave alone. Any other provisions that we need? I think we're good. We've got enough for a short mission. In fact, a case to be made for probably not bringing that key. We may not even need that key. I tend to like keys for my medium length missions just in case we run into the rare happenstance where we get a secret room from our scouting. They really have toned down the critical scouts, though, that allow you to find secret rooms.
Scout their squalid homes.
Well, I guess we'll go scout their squalid homes. Oh, good. We didn't bring an abundance of shovels, and literally the first thing we find.
These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Okay, let's just throw some bandages on here. Okay, here's a question. Should our leper really need bandages to protect his hands from a rack of blades? Like, he's all bandaged up already. I feel like lepers should just be able to touch a rack of blades without fear of anything. They should be able to, they should be able to operate without terror. Alright, we're gonna take a vomit. Sweet dodge pocket, starting things off in definitely the wrong position, too. Forgot about that. That is not great. You know what? Let's go ahead and solo. We'll solo, then finale. We can give all these guys the debuff. Big accuracy penalty. Didn't really matter. Lear got marked. That's acceptable to us. Okay, so you're gonna protect me. Force this guy to guard you. Gives him a buff. Bonus dodge. Lear, though. Okay, that's probably our solo doing work right there. We're going to go ahead and go for the Retributive Bonk. Whack that man in the skull. That swine drummer. Any attack that hits either of our back 2 ranks now. Definitely going to get whomped in the face, Lear. Nothing. Oh, come on, bro. You're embarrassing yourself in front of Pocket. 1 hit shy of the kill. That's very disappointing. Here comes the old power vomit. All right, Pocket taking a little bit of puke. Drums of Doom. Well, you're getting whomped in the skull. Yep, there's the retributive kill.
Maintain the offensive.
We are going to have you... We could go for some heals. Granted, our heals are not very powerful, but Festering Vapors also is useful here. Let's hit this man with a little bit of light action. We did not bring any trinkets at all. I am the world's stupidest man. It's okay. It's a level 1 dungeon. We can probably get through with no trinkets. Just keep on going with the retributive bonking. Just keep working it. We have nothing to hit this back right now. That's going to be a problem, because we can't finale into the 4th slot either. Solid work, Lear. You're doing great, buddy. Fantastic. All right, so let's do a little battle ballad. We need the bonus accuracy. Clearly, somebody needs the bonus accuracy. Take 2, give 2. Picked up a bleed, which is kind of bum. So we're definitely going to have to start healing here. This turn, we have to go back to the guard me, though, and bring it back. Our antiquarian's got to stay safe. Friend for the old gods. If we stack a bleed, we're in trouble. That's real bad. Well, Lear, you're getting kind of fucked up, bro. It's not great.
Press this advantage. Give them no.
We really are going to have to try and minimize some combat for the remainder of this one. Lear getting banged up is not a big deal because he can heal himself. Let's give me, you know what? Let's do some inspiring tunage here. Who's got the most stress? Pocket himself, actually. Let's get rid of some of that. There goes 10. Comes the old power vomit. That's going to get you whomped in the face. The vomit did 0 damage, but now we have hysterical blindness. Fantastic. How did we... I want to know how a pig getting puked on by a hog made us have this hysterical blindness. Is there something contagious in the hog's vomit? I'm genuinely curious here. All right, so we're going to go for the stun. I don't want to get more diseases out of this because that shit costs money to fix, and hysterical blindness is actually a pretty significant penalty. We're going to have to try and keep our stress low, otherwise the hysterical blindness will overwhelm us. Just in case the pig tries to puke on us, I would prefer the man getting walloped be the man who already has a disease. You're going to heal yourself, Butler, because you're real banged up. King Lear takes a moment to gather himself. More inspiring tune. Who's got the most stress? 26. We give it to our boy again. No retribution there. Bonus dodge, bonus protection. Let's just carve up a hog. Let's just slice ourselves up a pig. It's Hawaiian luau time. These goddamn Lear, you can't hit anything. What the hell's wrong with you?
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Thank you, Gloucester, for being the only man here we can trust.
Foolish horrors.
Sweet shit pickles here,
and
people.
driven into the mud.
Coming off the rails. Let's get yourselves back on track, man. And woman, don't think I'm singling out the fellas here, Antiquarian. You're partly responsible here as well. You're not blameless in this one. All right, so let's put our default party order back, and then instead, let's put Pocket back to the front, because we're going to start the show with the finale. That's the proper way to do it. You always start the show with the climactic finale. You don't wait around until the end of the show to do the finale. Nobody's gonna see it then. They're gonna leave early because they're gonna want to try and beat traffic, man. Antiquarian interacts with everything that has an interaction, of course. That's just the way it goes. I'm actually gonna use a bandage here. Eat a couple food. Burn a torch.
The light, the promise of safety.
We don't need to save food for camping. We do want to try and keep 4 food available for hunger prompts, but other than that, we're going to be relatively alright. Pocket's doing good work so far. Keeping stuff close at hand in a convenient place. You know, pockets are extraordinarily useful. There's a hunger prompt. I say pockets are extraordinarily useful, but honestly, I think pockets may be one of mankind's greatest inventions, actually. One of the best things humanity has ever come up with. You're just like, you know what would be really handy? If I had a place where I could just, like, stick some stuff. It'd be really good. Don't worry that we've misaligned ourselves very slightly. As soon as we finale that pig, I actually was hopeful that that would kill him. If I'd have known he was going to survive that, I actually would have stunned him instead of these guys. So you've got a 1 point damage on you. Go ahead and force the and then you guys better be mopping up the slop. All right, Lear's out there still doing some heavy lifting for us. Here comes the vomit. What else you gonna do to me, pig? I already got every fucking disease in the known world. You already gave me the swine flu. There's nothing else that can... We get a buff out of that? Oh! The more we inspiring tune, the more damage our finale does.
Continue the onslaught.
That's very interesting. Right here, stun this guy. I'm gonna stun him as opposed to trying to set up the finale. That's... Huh. So maybe leading things off with the Jester finale is old meta. Now you can buff him up with an inspiring cry, solo his way to the front. Does this stack? It does in fact stack. It stacks and it lasts for freaking ever, so you can just save up. All right, new meta. So the Jester still maybe is as good as they used to be. They're just a little different now.
Precipitates a dizzying fall.
So then our default party order, actually, I think, is the party order we want. In order to get the solo, we haven't fought a Shambler yet. This is not the party to do it. They will all die. We can't fight the Shambler with no heals. If we had a different team comp, I might try it, but a level 0 group of guys with effectively no healer, that sort of seems like a recipe for freaking disaster. This also... Okay, so all of our buffs give our finale bonus damage. That's really good. I don't think we're going to necessarily need it here. We're going to go for the retributive bonk. Oh, that whiffed, but it's okay. We're going to force you to guard us so we can get as many retributions off as possible. And Lear, if you could just kill 2 spiders. Nice work, dog. Lear out there executing with impunity. 6 damage from our retribution. Perfect. Okay. Another one. The dodge crit combo. It's so good. It's so good. Gloucester is freaking untouchable back there. And Sycorax is there to clean up the slop.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
You know, honestly, Wayne June, you've told me that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer so many times, I really don't think I need a reminder at this point. I'm good. I know that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. We've discussed it on probably 250, roughly, occasions. Alright, still an uninteresting scrawlings. We're gonna burn through... We still have 1 more shovel. That's good, in case we need to dig a grave or find Yorick's skull again. You know, it's a solid market in Yorick skulls these days. We do only have to explore 90% of rooms, so we could skip this one. And... You know, I don't... Normally, I would... I think we're gonna go with this. Usually, if we can skip things, I will tend to skip them. But in this case, I don't feel the need. So let's just go ahead and do our battle. Give ourselves some bonus accuracy, bonus crit. It's the accuracy more than anything else, really, that I think we need. Get our guard on. We're going to wall up there. And then give me the retributive bonk, because it could score a kill. God damn it, Gloucester. Yeah, we're getting drums debilitated. You're going to get whomped in the face for the trouble. We are now marked. What's the debuff? It gives us a penalty to our dodge. Lear takes a nasty slice to the gut. This guy's gonna wind up dead. Alright. The only problem with this meta is that our boy is taking a little bit more damage than is gonna be sustainable, because it's not like Sycorax is exactly fantastic in the heals department. Let's keep our retributive bonking going. Wallop him for 3. I mean, we should definitely do fortifying vapors and just get the 1 point heal. If 1 point is all you can heal, you heal the 1. Took some stress there. Unfortunate, we're definitely going to get the kill with this. That's the stuff. The old ball and chain, right in the face. Pocket's going to take a stun. Nobody stuns Pocket. You can lock him up in the dungeons downstairs with Lear, but he'll be back. Don't worry. Critical heal for Sycorax. Beautiful. Actually, you know, we have it. I was going to say we have an antiquarian-only trinket that we could use, but that's not true. We actually disdain the antiquarian-only trinket.
Seize this momentum.
Burn the torch, take the key.
To the task's end.
Another rack of blades. Well, we do still have a stack of bandages, which we could use to either heal our leper or grab this rack of blades. Pretty clear which one I'm going to do. Let the leper suffer, because, you know, he deserves it. Freaking leper, man. Get your stupid disease out of here. don't you go back to Molokai where you belong? I make fun of lepers because, honestly, it's a disease it's okay to make fun of now because it's basically curable. I mean, no, nobody is a leper anymore unless we just let them be a leper because, you know, antibiotics exist. Hansen's disease is pretty much entirely curable. It's also not particularly communicable. Unless you're wandering around like licking a leper with open sores on your tongue, you're pretty unlikely to get leprosy. It's very hard to catch. Also, you know, it's a disease that's been defeated, dude. It's one of the triumphs of medical science. Thank you, Alexander Fleming. Pack has a map inside. That's useful. We'll know if we're going to bump into any hallway battles, but this one looks like pretty much smooth sailing all the way to the end of the road, boys to men style. Do it. Nasty gash. Oh, the nasty gash doesn't... Right. The nasty gash actually... Hey! I scouted! I'm calling bullshit on that one, game. We had scouting. This hallway's supposed to be empty. You told me it was empty. Go ahead and get our guard on. I'm very salty about the whole this hallway is not actually empty when it said it was empty. Pocket's gonna give us a little bit of stress relief from back in the back rank. Butcher's cut coming at Lear. The bleeds that are stacking up on Lear actually are starting to be a bit of a problem. Let's get our retribution going. Wallop the pig drummer back there. The little drummer boy going rum-tum-tum. 16 damage from Lear is solid aggregate output. Can't touch Pocket, man. The guy's Xanatos gambits are too good. He's untouchable. The drums of doom. Little bit of stress, nothing we can't handle. Do we need to heal? You know, I think we're better off to just go for a kill. Let's have Sycorax take a munch out of the order. That kill is going to save us more damage than we would have gotten from healing anyway. Probably didn't need to stress relief Sycorax either, because it's going to be relatively unlikely she comes into another dungeon anytime soon. Resisted the stun. Well, ain't that a bitch. We do still have our retribution working for this turn. You need to heal yourself. Those bleeds are starting to catch up with us. Alright, Pocket. We could solo finale, but you know what? Let's just do stress relief. Do your job. King Lear is looking a little bit disturbed, and as the fool, it is your job to tell him when he's either, you know, doing something stupid or just needs a general little bit of cheering up. You got to keep the king in good spirits, man. It's part of your job too. It's not just being allowed to viciously mock him when he's being an idiotic retard. Or tricking him into trying to not marry off the daughter you're in love with. That's the other thing, too. I know your ulterior motives. You're a clever, clever man, but I see right through you, because I've read that book. Burn that torch. We've been touching stuff with any people other than the antiquarian, man. I don't use antiquarians enough. And that's part of my problem is I don't use them that frequently, so I often forget that whenever there's an interactable or a curio, the antiquarian is supposed to be the person who touches it. They're the one. Pocket. Oh. This team also doesn't really have much to handle traps.
His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
And you know, the trap maker was probably long dead anyway. That was completely empty. Fantastic. This room should be empty, and this room completes our mission too. That's it. Mission over. Success. We're going to continue adventuring because there's two curios here, and I don't want to leave them untouched, even though one of them is probably going to be a trap that hurts us. Yep.
Carelessness will
Great work, by the way, back there, Pocket. You got the trap thing totally taken care of. Way to give yourself an addition. You know what? 100% worth it because we can get rid of a negative quirk. All right. Who's got the bad quirks? You are winded. Not terrible. Hysterical blindness is goddamn awful, but not currently applicable. Kleptomaniac really sucks. What do you got? Bloodthirsty, I don't really care about. You will only flagellate for 3% negative crit to melee skills is admittedly a bit of a problem, but I really think I'd rather just get rid of Lear's Kleptomania. So here you go, Lear. We're going to burn these scrolls. And there you go. You are no longer a Klepto. That was then totally worth the duration of the journey. That right there, the last curio paid for all, even though we're going to have to fight another freaking fight here. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, look at it this way. This is just one more opportunity for a little bit of stress relief. So let's soften up this front rank so that when Lear swings, he can likewise probably get a kill. We'll do the battle ballad. I know Pocket has a lot of stress, but I want to make sure Lear's shot lands. Go for Retribution. We're just trying to soften up these two front carrying eaters so Lear can finish them off. Perfect. Started out 2 open, 2 dead. Drums and debilitation. That's fine, Lear can handle it. He has the least stress of anybody. Blaster's gonna take a shot and get the kill with the retributive bonk. He did get blighted. Nice stress relief there. That's Drums of Doom again. 4 damage. Our boy still doing work. He's also still real hurt. We should just, you know what? Go for the stun. Got it. Sycorax. We got a couple people who are real hurt here. And I kind of think maybe we just focus on... Let's not focus on the healing. Let's focus more on the killing. Pocket, take care of your stress. Or at least some of it. Lear, chop the corpses. And that just leaves us with one stunned little drummer boy in the front. We're going to get more free stress relief. And this guy is doomed. We can kill him with anybody on this team. He gets nothing. He does get a buff. Let's just guard Pocket just in case. Solemnity is not going to kill this guy. I was trying to think we could get more heals and how we could get more healing or stress relief out of that, and then I realized we actually need to just kill him.
So too will resistance.
So what are we going to get rid of? Here, why don't you take one of the 4 anti-venoms we had the entire mission and never actually used, because I'm a genius. Skeleton Key is going to do us no good. Guess we'll just eat this food. Food isn't worth much if we sell it back. I'd way rather have that 200 gold, and that's it. Quest complete. We are out of the dungeon. So unconventional party in that we didn't really have a healer, but still strong performances from everybody. Especially my boy Pocket. It was literally a strong performance. I mean, the guy was singing the whole time. We were back there and he's like, don't worry, I got an inspiring tune for you. I'm going to sing you I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. What could be more inspiring than a tale of a man's love for a significant other? Unholy Hater is fantastic. Flagellant is basically a non-issue. Unyielding, bonus death blow resistance, also pretty good. Citiomania, obsessed with food, a little unfortunate, but as far as quirks go, I think we came out, we probably gave better than we got in that one. Punching above our weight a little bit there.
All my life I could feel
Cornerstones, 1 blueprint
in the
awarded.
back of my mind. It was a yearning.
The resurrection of our ramshackle hamlet has lured brave artisans and merchants who see potential in the vacant lots surrounding the town square. 1 blueprint awarded. The hamlet is growing, and news of your presence is emboldening craftsmen to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They are expensive, but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. These rare loot items are age-old plans for expanding the hamlet. They're consumed when constructing new buildings in the districts. Blueprints are guarded by bosses. Aha! So they finally added a reason to actually go forth and try to beat bosses. They gave you a reason to try and beat a boss. Interest gained on saved gold per week seems, frankly, fucking absolutely amazing. 50 portraits, 1 blueprint, 15,000 gold. Cartographer's Camp, Torchlight is more beneficial. I like that. Takes 300 crests. Man, they weren't kidding when they said this shit is expensive, though. The Red Hook, a monument with no purpose except proclamation of one's dedication. 50,000 gold, 750 crests, and a blueprint. That's nuts. What's the granary do? Okay, so Cartographer's Grammar, plus 15% healing when eating. Some food is granted for free each week. Interesting. What's the... Oh, does this just... Oh, this is a slider, Pete. You should, figure out how this works. Puppet Theater. Idle stress relief in town increased by 10 per week. That is actually amazing. The Puppet Theater is super good. Sanguine Ventners. 2 bottles of the blood brewed each week. It takes 80 busts. I don't know what the blood is for yet. Why would I want people making blood? House of the Yellow Hand. Bounty Hunters, Grave Robbers, and Highwaymans get bonus scouting, bonus crit. Altar of Light. Crusaders, Vessels, and Flagellants get bonuses. Training Ring. Okay, bonus accuracy, bonus hit points. The Athenium. Bonus Blight skill chance, bonus debuff. That's actually pretty strong right there. Knowledge Curios heal 15 stress. I like this. This is actually good. Plus 20% finale damage. Jester, it's a bonus stress. Bonus speed, which is also good. Outsider's Bonfire. 2 additional respite points if you have at least 1 abomination, hellion, or leper in your party. Huh. Intriguing. Of all of those things, I think the earliest one you'd want is the bank, though, because it's just ingenious. Or possibly the granary, because it's inexpensive. Free food every week. The puppet theater really is probably the first thing to build. 1, because it's cheap as dirt. And 2, because crests are relatively free-flowing and common. You get a lot of those. We can't build any of them yet, because we don't have the stuff to do it. So let's sort everyone by level. I like to see, it's nice to see that you put that thing back on top. That thing that I hate, where the active party is always sorted to the top, even if they're not the highest level. Very much dislike that. What happened to Lavinia? Fear of Eldritch, Thanatophobia. Yeah, where'd she go, though? What happened to... Yeah, I know there was a blueprint awarded. I just want to see what happened. Lavinia's debauchery has reached new heights. Her whereabouts are currently unknown. Lavinia engaged in pleasures of the flesh and recovered 65... Oh, God. She's been kidnapped by those 2 lunatics, and she's going to come back missing both of her hands and no tongue. Fantastic. Rosencrantz got 45 stress. Malvolio is feeling strong and powerful after challenging the flesh. He engaged in flagellation and recovered 100 stress. Hippolyta prayed, Caliban meditated, Othello got rid of Kleptomaniac and reinforced Warrior of Light, so he's better than ever. And we got our... All right, so a good week at the Hamlet overall. What is left for us to do? I think, well, Othello needs this disease gone. The Red Plague, though, we can cure that with a camping skill, right? Lady Macbeth, you have a camping skill that will fix that. We can just apply the leeches. Yeah, we can leech his ass and he'll be fine. We got to get Lady Macbeth and Othello into the same dungeon in order to do that, which means that Perdita and Lady Macbeth need to go on a mission. We can probably find a way to wedge them in. Gloucester, you have hysterical blindness, which honestly I would prefer just to be gone. So let's spend a little bit of our hard-earned cash. We'll get rid of your hysterical blindness. And let's check the stagecoach and see if we got any new potential recruits. We don't have a Hellion yet, do we? We do not. Yeah, we're going to have to pick up a Hellion. Weak grip on life is terrible. Weapon Tinker is actually quite good. Warren's Adventure is okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up old Cheney here. Good old Cheney, because
and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful
ally. You're right. She does have cold and unrelenting savagery. In fact, if she lives up to her name, she'll shoot her best friend in the fucking face for no reason and be like, "Hey, Jim, what?" And then just shotgun blast in the face, because that's how Cheneys roll. It's also how I roll to the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon buffoonery, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm tempted to pick up this Plague Doctor, too, because I really like him. In fact, you know what? I'm beyond tempted. I'm just going to go ahead and do... Is there any class we're missing yet? Is there anything we don't have at least one of? I think we have one of everything. Yeah, if we're going to double up on anything, I think first thing we got to double up on is the old Plague Doctor. I love some Plague Doctors. I love some Plague Doctors.
Battlefield.
Pretty much any other laboratory. Just ask all the people in the Civil War who had to have their gangrenous limbs sawn off Wayne June. I'm pretty sure they would have preferred a different environment. Blood-soaked battlefield. I'm done castigating, Wayne. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Seriously, though, bone saws, Wayne. Not cool.